Yes, my next guest has had a triumphant 12 months, as well as a successful return to the stage with his band. Last December's series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here saw him crowned King of the Jungle. But if you asked him who's the King of the Jungle, his answer would be the gorilla. He's here to tell us about a new conservation campaign, along with the Worldwide Fund for Nature's Head of Species programme. Please welcome Diane Walkington and from McFly, Dougie Poynter. So, Dougie, saving gorillas now. How do you get involved with this?
I'm not too sure how it all started. It's been something that I've been interested in for quite a while now, and we just had a few meetings, and they were like, right, if you're going to get involved, we're sending you to Africa.
So you went to Africa. Whereabouts in Africa?
We went to Uganda and Rwanda.
Yeah, which is where most of them come. Dan, tell us, why are they endangered?
They've been in trouble, actually, for a number of decades. It started back in the sort of 70s, 80s, when poaching was a really big issue. Habitat was lost, because unfortunately they live in the middle of an area where there are millions of people. And these days, so habitat loss continues to be an issue, but also the other challenge they face is risk of disease, because they are very prone to catching things from humans, because they have a different immune system from us, not built up resistance. So we have to be very careful about them catching
So when humans
disease.
go out there, if you've got a cold or flu or something, you've got to be a bit careful.
Yeah.
If humans go out there and they find they've got a cold or flu, then they really shouldn't go on the visit to the gorillas.
See, it's the kind of thing most people wouldn't think of, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
It's really, really hard to describe. I mean, it was like just one of the most incredible things ever. Like, you're in really, really dense rainforest, and, you know, like, this far away from you is this enormous, powerful gorilla, but yet still so incredibly fragile.
So a bit scary for you, sitting that close to it.
yeah, it was a bit intense, yeah.
Dan, you're following the footsteps of another famous Diane Fossey, who, of course, you know,
yes, but a long way behind in her footsteps.
Nevertheless, you gave up a career in the city?
I didn't know you knew that.
Oh, I find out all kinds of things. What, about sort of 11 years ago?
About 15 years ago, actually, yes. And
what made you give up a career in the city to go and save gorillas?
I didn't really move away from the city. It was more moving towards a life in conservation. I'd always been incredibly interested in conservation, something that really has always made me very excited and felt I could do something to help. And so I gave up that career, went back to university, did some studying, and then was very fortunate to be able to begin a career with WWF.
More fulfilling?
Much more fulfilling, yes.
Can we really make a difference, Dougie? Did you get the impression that you being there and sort of pushing this out, there is a way in which we can make a difference, we can help save the gorilla?
Yeah, I mean, saving the gorillas starts with helping the people around the parks where the gorillas live, such as, you know, because they go into the rainforest to get fresh water and things. So by adopting a gorilla, the money's going to things like helping them build ways of trapping rainwater, and it's clean and safe, and so they don't have to go into the rainforest anymore. Yeah.
I think we ought to have a look at you out there with these gorillas. Here you are,
sick, yeah.
Doing your stuff. Here we go.
It's just been incredible. It's been one of those things that I'll never, ever forget. On the top of a volcano, surrounded by all of this, where gorillas live. Mountain gorillas are critically endangered. There are only around 780 left in the wild. Targeted poaching is extremely rare, but baby gorillas are still in demand for the illegal pet trade.
Diane, that's a really small number of gorillas, 780. How confident are you that you can, with WWF, help them to survive? Can we do it?
Definitely. I mean, if we look back on history, at a low point, the numbers were much lower than that. And we've actually managed to see a steady and very, I think, significant incline.
A positive climb in numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So 780, whilst, yes, it absolutely is a small number, it's a much bigger number than it used to be. And yeah, we know what we're doing, and we're working with other partners, we're working with governments, as Dougie said, we're working with communities. Yeah, and we definitely can do this.
Was it sort of life-changing, Dougie, in a way, going out there with these amazing primates? I mean, they are so close to us, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it really, really was life-changing. When you first meet a gorilla, I never thought I'd actually say that, actually. When I first met a gorilla, one of the first things you think is, like, oh, my God, it's a wild animal. And then the second thing you think is, oh, my God, it's a human. They have so many similarities to us in their facial expressions and the way they interact with their kids and stuff like that, playing with them, and there's the kids pretending to be adults and stuff. It really was something that I'll never, ever forget.
Yeah, there's the little one. It's just pretending to be an adult, somebody his chest and falling off a branch, which is wonderful. There's a great gentleness to them, Diane, as well as the kind of, you know, you've got to let go. As well as, you know, their antics and the threat of their size. There's something, I remember, you know, we'll all remember David Attenborough when he was close to them and they were sort of touching him. There's a great rapport.
And obviously, those days, we don't do that in terms of the touching anymore, but when you see the interaction in the family and the way the adults are very, very gentle with the youngsters. No, as you say, Dougie, it's just like watching a human family working together, but you've got this really big silverback who is the boss, but they play with him too.
How long do they live?
Usually around 35 years in the wild, can be more, can be 40 years, but something like that.
Well, let's hope that thanks to your work and with Dougie's encouragement, we can make sure that our grandchildren and great-grandchildren still see them out there in Uganda and Rwanda. So the thing to do is to get in touch, go to the WWF website and get details.
Can we give you something here, actually?
You can? A gorilla?
Yes. A gorilla? It is, but slightly smaller than the ones that Dougie and I were seeing. So
look.
This is going to be the gorilla that's it is the gorilla that's part of an adoption of a mountain gorilla that Dougie is helping us with. So we thought we'd give that to you on behalf of Dougie.
I have a grandson who will adore that. We wish you all the luck in the world. My thanks to Dougie Poynter and Diane Walkington. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
SupportGorillas.com. Now it's time for a real treat as we have a world premiere appearance of Liam Neeson's hologram.